Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining Sandra P's Gen Extra. And I'm still getting set up and everything. I apologize. I hope everyone's doing great. Thank you, Sharon. Welcome in. Good morning to you. Came right in speaking to myself, to the chat. Thank you so much for wishing me home safely, my traveling mercies. I reached here last night. I feel a little tired. You know how it is after you travel, and then all the little stuff that I have to get caught up on, but I'm doing well. I hope everyone's doing well this morning, and I am glad to see everyone. I'm usually not back here where I work now in the front because it's closer to like my setup, and Wi-Fi hasn't been as bad. But I had the opportunity to rewatch my Real Housewives of Miami, and the Wi-Fi was immaculate. Even though I was in a beach house, we were on the beach, and I think it said 2G, y'all. It was amazing. The Wi-Fi was perfect in the room where I was. The lighting was perfect. So this is getting reacclimated to this. But good morning, welcome. This is King's Courts. This is their first season, season 1, episode 8. So this is my recap opinion. The episode's called Bumpy Ride. If I can't get this open, I won't. Okay, there we go. And thank you all for joining. And Team Replay, thank you as well. Team Replay, if you come in, please click the like button. I appreciate you as always. And anyone that is new, welcome. Welcome to Sandra P's Gen Extra. You'll see a bunch of different things on the channel. Mainly it's my recaps of the shows that I watch or different things that we just want to talk about. This morning it's King's Court. Real Housewives of Miami is another one that I'm doing. So right now there's Bravo, there is OWN. I watch a lot of things. So we'll see some Netflix, some Hulu, anything that we think is good to discuss, timely. Of course, I do my political commentaries. Those take a lot more out of me. It's more than just opinion. I have to be accurate when I'm relaying the facts, and then I give my opinion on that as well. But there's news and there's information that I have to give out as well. Let me make sure there's a banner running. Let's see, my iPad is a little bit different, so the layout is not great, but everything on this video is alleged my own personal opinion. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. So this is King's Court, Bumpy Ride. We have the same 3 kings. The queens are finally dwindling down. Okay, I feel like Tyson, are you really eliminating anybody, Tyson? When we get to the elimination dinner, we have another kind of a twist. But, you know, it was a pretty good episode. We have the aftermath of Sarah, the Persian princess, the perfect wife to be, according to her, lying by omission, which is still a lie. I love to watch a lot of different commentaries, see what a lot of people think. I'm surprised that people think Tyson was doing too much. I didn't think he was doing too much, because if Sarah had not thought that her ex-beau of 3 years, even though it was 10 years ago, did she say 2015? Yeah, she said, 10 years ago, 2015. If she had thought that it wasn't a big deal for that person to have been someone that she was dating for that long of a time frame, she would have mentioned it to him. It wouldn't have been anything. If it had been Bruno Mars or somebody, she would have brought that. Oh, it's Bruno Mars. She tried to hide it because it meant something, and she knew that he probably would not be on board with that, and he wasn't. Whether or not he could have handled it better, I don't know. He said he had nothing else to say. He didn't want to talk to the lady. She wanted to poke him on the way out. That's fine too, Sarah. You're still gone. You can leave angry, just leave. So we start out the aftermath of that. They're all at the kitchen table. Thaddeus trying to speak up. Yeah, whatever happened between them. Thaddeus, that was not your business. You bugged your eyes out and gossiped just like any of the other people. So Sarah's gone. And then Tyson, he did notice, y'all, he said she had to poke at a king on her way out. Not just a king, you, because you didn't say anything. And so she felt like she had to get one more dig in. And since you had committed to not saying anything, you had to let her. So I noticed that at the time. Thank you, Carlos, for being a real king and speaking. Carlos already got his wife, so I don't know why he's even still there. Carlos and Janae, can y'all go to the house? They got on my nerves this episode also. And Jennifer as well, in the backseat like they little child. So when King's Castle come on, we see Dr. Khalia, who actually brought up the whole conversation. It's weird waking up to people not here. Okay, Dr. Khalia. Tyson mentioned that, of course, she couldn't leave without poking the king. Thaddeus, for some reason, says it was tough. Oh, he had the nerve to bring up the beautiful Brianna. I like Brianna, but I'm glad she's gone. She is, I think, too good for him. She could do much better. Brianna's too young, too fine, to everything. I really like Brianna, and I don't want to see her with somebody like Thaddeus. Thaddeus is starting to allow his slip to show. Y'all know from the beginning, I said, Thaddeus is so emotionally mature. I love the way he speaks to the women. I got to see Dr. Shawana. I started watching her. She was talking to Claudia and Erica over there and accidentally informed. I didn't get to finish the interview, but Dr. Shawana is exactly who she thinks she is. She's so smart, y'all. She's beautiful. It's a short interview. It's about 26 minutes or so. I have to finish it. Yeah, Sharon was like, I was like, Thaddeus, shut up. Yeah, he's starting to feel himself a little bit. Other than WWE, I think this is probably the most attention that he has gotten, and he likes being seen, okay? Tyson is used to it. You could tell he's one of the ones that's been doing that. And Carlos in the NBA for that long, I'm sure he's experienced it as well. Carlos is one of those ones, though. He has me thinking that this is the most attention he has gotten from women that are this fine. Because I'm going to be honest, this cast of women, the women that they have cast, I don't know who casting was. I didn't take time to look at it. I'm not a behind the scenes buff like that. I don't really care. I notice when it's done poorly. In this situation, it's done well, almost too well. The kings are the kings, okay? I have my positives and negatives about each king. But the queens are top of the line queens, a prize for any decent king. Again, I don't know what these kings, if their motive is to really find love. I think they found women. Now, there were a few that might have just been here for TV, but for the most part, I think they found women that are open to love, that are the top in their career, the entrepreneurs. 3 doctors on the cast. What? Dr. Ariel. Yeah, Ariel has her doctorate, y'all. She's I think she is a physical therapist. Dr. Khalia is a pediatrician. Dr. Shawana is a doctor as well. I can't remember what her career was. I'm sure she'll talk more about it when I finish that interview. But she's amazing. Every single person. Yeah, Sharon is telling it that Thaddeus is showing his true colors now. I would give you a peek into what I think about Thaddeus. It started to show he is emotionally mature. He's emotionally intelligent. Let me say that. He's emotionally intelligent, but he's using that he wants a strong, smart woman. You notice he's always with the doctors. Katherine, I don't know that she said she had a doctorate. She doesn't need one. She is smart. She is beautiful. She speaks her mind. That's going to come up as well, y'all. That's a trend with Thaddeus. He will pick exactly that type woman, and then he will use his emotional intelligence, not maturity. I'm going to hold off on that word now after watching him. He'll use his emotional intelligence to try to humble that woman. So I see you, Thaddeus. I see what it is. I couldn't be talking to your big fine self and having you do that, because he likes to humble women. I don't like that. Welcome in, Queen Bean. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming in. Carlos falls too fast. Tyson isn't ready for a relationship, and Thaddeus thinks he doesn't play games, but he plays games. That's exactly the perfect summation of all 3 of the kings. I knew Carlos was going to get in there and get in love. I called Janae his wife. They're Netflix and chilling after the end of his dates. Y'all, what kind of world are we living in? After the end of your date, you go home and chill with your wife? That's almost like that fool over there talking about, and I even ironed my husband's clothes, and he was going out on a date. May that type of love never find me. Ironing clothes, he going out on a date. Tyson isn't ready for a relationship. He doesn't like to choose one. So that's the problem, where the women are not dwindling down, because Tyson doesn't want to let anyone go. He had to let Sarah go because he wasn't speaking to her anymore, because He said he felt betrayed. Liliana is another one that he ended up letting go, the travel nurse, beautiful lady. She kind of wanted to pin him down, and he would have kind of uncomfortable conversations with her. Felicia's lasting long because she got them little legs wrapped around him at the end of every night. They straddling, straddling, straddling. And we find out that they're not really talking. Allison was in the car ride with him going, these two don't really know each other. So other than straddling, 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 I don't know what Felicia is doing. Allison is his perfect match. This woman had 86% match with him. They always have great conversations. She's beautiful. She's 10 years younger than him. And he acting like she's an old lady with some church stockings on or something. So he's immature acting, but I'm sure I'll tell you what I do like about Tyson. He can float around. He's a social butterfly and make anyone feel like they're in his orbit. They could get it. You know, you like he's looking at you and he's talking and those eyes and the lips and all of that. And you're like, oh, Tyson really likes me. Because some of them went home and been really shocked. And I told them from the house, girl, he don't want you. But they didn't know. So I'll give Tyson that. And Daddy is saying he doesn't play games. He does play games. And he's like, that was a test. So Thaddeus, Titus, whether it's you call it a test, it's games. It's you playing games. And we're getting tired of it. And the women are tired of it as well. I tell you who's there to play with them? Dr. Khalia. Y'all, I'm a little nervous about Dr. Khalia. And Titus, I think you scared of Dr. Khalia too. You jumped in Katherine's face, but you didn't say all that to Dr. Khalia. So he was saying it was tough. He's in a love triangle. So Tyson is saying, I know about that. So they're laughing. We get confessional Katherine looking beautiful. She said she feels a strong connection to Thaddeus, but it's super crowded. Now, y'all know I don't think they had shown Katherine enough. She would be around in the house, so we knew she was having connections to the different kings, but they weren't showing some of the women as much. So now we're starting to see more of Katherine. And y'all, this is the most play that at least two of these kings have ever had. I'll say that is Thaddeus and Carlos. I'm sorry. So Ariel just sitting there looking. Now they've faded her to the background. This is another strong woman. She's a doctor as well. That Thaddeus felt like he had to humble. He's in lust for Allison. I think he's in lust for Felicia. I think he likes talking to Allison. Well, you know what? That did come up at the end of the elimination dinner. He was like, I want to see you step up. So I know you're here as a king, Tyson, but the women are the prize. You can chase them. He's used to being chased. You like Khalia? I like Khalia, but I can see her slashing a tire or two. Yeah, she's one of them ones. She's got the kind of control that's scary. She wouldn't slash all four of them because then the insurance covers it. They say you just slash three. That's more of a problem. Insurance don't want to pay for that. So what you out here doing to people? So she's one of them. I made a joke. I think Kat is one of the ones Tyson sent her home early. But I said, if he play with her and look through his Ring doorbell, Kat's going to be standing out there. Yeah, I think Dr. Khalia may be standing out there for Thaddeus. So, yeah, she's likable, but you got to watch her. She's something else. We're going to see her assert her dominance later in the episode as well. We have Janae and Carlos still hashing out their relationship. He's playing with her, I put on here. Why is Confessional Janae telling us she's not feeling Jennifer, but she don't want to punch a bee on TV? Janae, you got a little bit of crazy in you, too. I put a note. I hope this fool ain't got you this crazy. Jennifer is a little, she's buzzing around. She doesn't have a real connection to any of the kings. Carlos is intrigued because he's matched with her. The lady had 86% success rate, but he was already, Queen Bean put it in, he's so in love. He's already picked his wife. So he's not going to turn his back on Janae. So Jennifer's just there. And she's told us, and we saw, the physical attraction was to the juicy burger, which she named Tyson. Carlos is the green salad. Honestly, somebody with 4 kids and 4 moms, or whatever Carlos' situation is, a little baby in kindergarten and somebody else right out of high school, I don't know. He's not a green salad to me at all. So the kings end up, let's see, Titus, he brought Dr. K. They're going to do, Holly Robinson Pete shows up. And how come they split them up sometime? I didn't see, Rodney Pete didn't come to this. So he has a hosting gig. So he does a lot of other jobs, I guess. So she shows up. She invites them to, they're going to scavenger hunt Atlanta. So Titus ends up picking Dr. Kalani, who we know is from Atlanta. This is going to come in handy later. He takes Dr. Ariel with him. He's like, of course, I'll take the two doctors. He had the nerve to choose the beautiful Katherine last. Titus, you had nothing. And then he had said at the beginning, I haven't had a date with Katherine yet, an official date. So why did you choose the woman last for the scavenger hunt? What's wrong with him? Queen Bean said he's playing games. I think he is too. Sharon, Jennifer has no connection to any of them. Jennifer likes being on TV. Jennifer wants to be there and use that little voice. And if she could get Tyson to pay attention, she'd take him. So Katherine's picked last, but she gives us a confessional where she has this math where he picked her last, but she's still first. I have to agree. That's a good way of looking at things. So Dr. Khalia is riding shotgun, but she's the Atlanta resident. And then Dr. Ariel's sitting in the back like she's one of the kids or something. So we have Tyson, Felicia, and Allison. Allison, of course, I mentioned her earlier. She is his perfect match. She's the beautiful opera singer. And let's see, Felicia jumped in the front. So they got Allison sitting in the back. Carlos ends up with his wife, Janae, sitting in her rightful seat. Jennifer's in the back where she belongs. We get Jennifer in a confessional saying, pretty soon everyone's going to start to see the way Janae's treating me. Janae is not there to be your friend. As Felicia said, y'all are not sister wives. As long as she is not rude, she doesn't have to be nice to you. So I can agree with that. But it's bothering Jennifer. Jennifer is one of those people that's used to being liked by everybody. Everyone's not going to like you, okay? Because you're getting on my nerves and you haven't done anything. And she's poking at Janae. I need her to stop this because Janae's one of them types. You don't know what she would do. So when we're finding out from Tyson that we know he loves dogs. He had brought up a dog earlier in the season. We found out he had a Frenchie. Allison's talking to him about the dog named Chopper. Allison has a little dog she called Lucy. We're here from little Felicia. She had a 180-pound, what they call a Cane Presidio. Wow. He didn't know about that. And Allison's like, what do the two of them talk about other than straddle? So Allison had to get out the car to do something. She might have used the ladies' room. So she got out of the car. Felicia goes back to what is natural to her. She steals a smooch I put down. So they tonguing. They're still not talking. Felicia, you could have continued the conversation that Allison started because y'all notice how awkward it was when she and Tyson were trying to talk. Sharon Gombo said that was terrible when he picked Katherine last. Yeah, why did he do that? He said, the first thing he said was that we haven't had a chance to have a date yet. And then you're going to pick her last. Seemed like Dr. Khalia, she's come on the show last, but she's been all in your face throughout since she got there. And Dr. Ariel as well. So I put down, Allison is correct to notice that the connection has not gone beyond physical. Who else noticed that, y'all? Tyson's friends of 15 or 20 years. He gave both time frames. The friend came and said, yeah, that is a sexual connection. And Tyson pretended to be shocked, and he also denied it, but we're starting to see it. So the scavenger hunt looked like a lot of fun. Dr. Khalia was a cheat code. She's sitting up front. She's native of the area, and she knew where they would ask what something is. She could fill it in without even hearing the whole question, okay? They go into the King Center. One of the other things, they would have to take a little selfie while they're there and send it to Holly. So Holly's she's having fun kind of looking at the pictures as they come in. This was fun. Get to see a little bit of Atlanta. Y'all, did I bring up Carlos asked Janae to be his girlfriend? And I'm sorry, the notes are out of order because I just watched this last night and I watched it one time. But she is now his official girlfriend. Or as he said, my lady. Carlos act like an old man. He's only in his 40s also. So they get back to the house. The group that won, of course, was Dr. Khalia's group. So Thaddeus decides that they get to pick to take a woman on a date who has the biggest impression. He decides that's Katherine. Here he is with his game plan again, y'all. She made the biggest impression. So Dr. Kalani was in a confessional. She just knew it was going to be her. I'm not too worried about it. She's never worried. The thing about when a woman has ego, they're never worried about anything, honey. They know it's always about them. She says, I won't be surprised. I'm clearly had the biggest impression, but he chose Katherine because again, they didn't have a chance to go on in the date. a lot happens when you go to the ladies' room. It sure do. I wouldn't have left my man in the car like that with Felicia, but I guess you gotta go, you gotta go. And Felicia reverted right to type. No talking, honey. So the scavenger hunt was fun. It showcased Atlanta. So we get back to the house. Thaddeus ends up choosing Katherine as making the biggest impression on him during the day. And Dr. Ariel, they didn't really show her a lot. They didn't show her a lot. Y'all know she's one of the bodybuilders. Thaddeus is excited. He hasn't privately dated Katherine. She's been cordial with all the kings. She says her connection with him is the strongest. We didn't get to see it, but they say that it is. So we'll see during the course of this night what's going to happen with that. They are out together. I do like Thaddeus' style. He's always dressed really nicely. He's always pulled together. I like his suit, his hat he had on, his glasses. Katherine's looking beautiful. She has her hair down. Her hair's flowing. Beautiful. Katherine, she looks like a young Jane Kennedy. Some of y'all may not know who Jane Kennedy is, but this is a Gen X channel, so we know Jane Kennedy over here. Beautiful, beautiful lady. Katherine asked Thaddeus, please focus on me for date night. That's an okay request, right? It should go without saying, but she had to say this to the man because she asked him, what is it that you like about me? He likes her confidence. Something else he said he liked about her. He said, you speak your mind, but sometimes you don't speak it at the right time. He's opening a bottle of champagne. Sometimes you don't speak it at the right time. So he goes off course from what he likes about her to what it is she could change. Here he is. He's playing games again. Yes, Sharon Gobble agrees that Katherine is beautiful. He's playing games with this lady again. She asked you, what do you like about her? You're bringing up she doesn't speak her mind at the right time, even though you like it that she does speak her mind. And then you had the nerve to bring up Dr. Kalani, which I didn't like that. Okay, I didn't like that. This is a scene that was left out. Let me go back to it, y'all. When they choose that they're going on the dates, I don't know what kind of room it was. It looked like a bathroom, locker room type thing. You know, they have a place where the people work out. Katherine had been invited to her date. Thaddeus was still in there. Dr. Kalani comes in there in just a towel. So she works out too. But has she been working out then? Why didn't you still have your little workout gear on, Dr. Kalani? She flounces in there with her towel wrapped around her. Titus is sitting down. And she give him a peck on his forehead. Katherine didn't like that. So she mentioned something about it. And then we get Dr. Kalani in a confessional. And she's doing, well, she seems to think that I was trying to infringe upon her date. Girl, bye. So for a minute, she changed into Flavor of Love. This is not Flavor of Love. This is King's Court. None of the women are doing that. So I don't know why Dr. Kalani was doing all that. So Thaddeus always acts like he doesn't like when the women get into it. But we saw him kind of bragging about when Ariel had gotten into it with Tyree a few episodes ago. So he does play these games, and he's playing one now. On the date with the two of them, Katherine and Thaddeus. He's not dated her before, but now here he is talking about the things he liked about her, but. So he's put the but in here, and now he's saying she didn't speak her mind at the right time, and she's trying to refocus the conversation on her. And if he receives any pushback, he's going to try to humble the woman, and he's upset. So he started doing that thing. She's going back and forth with him. Sharon said, I didn't like the way Thaddeus talked to Katherine. I didn't like it either. I didn't understand what the argument was. I got it when she said, would you focus on me? Because now you're focusing on Dr. Khalia. And he was upset about it. Well, I want to get out how I feel. You know, he started talking low and slow. I want to get out how I feel about this. But he really wants to argue, but pretend that the woman is the one arguing just because she's defending herself and speaking up for herself. So Thaddeus was doing that. I didn't feel like you had to cover that at that time. He's mad that Dr. Khalia was trying to be smart. She was trying to infringe on their upcoming date, and she was trying to assert dominance and kind of play with Katherine. And we're not really there to do that, y'all. You're there to date the king. There is competition in that, but I wouldn't be into it with these other women like some of them are. I don't get that. So she said she thought I was infringing. That's Dr. Khalia lying. You were infringing. I put you playing. He can't have that one date and then the girl bye. I didn't understand that either. So we see Carlos. He's planning his romantic date. He chose his wife. He's taking Janae on one of their date nights. He tells her he didn't expect to feel those feelings. He's fallen in love. So after weeks of what we, the viewer, have seen, he's now telling Janae. She claims she never felt this way before. He asked her to be his girlfriend, and then they kiss. Y'all know that's not the first time you kiss. You closing out every night with Netflix and chill. Okay, Carlos. And then he's claiming that the scavenger hunt helped him decide that Janae's the one for him. The way she conducted herself with maturity, with Jennifer being there. Okay. She threatened to punch her. She said she didn't want to punch her be on TV, but he didn't see that part. So we'll still give Janae maturity. So we have confessional. Janae says, this is a step in the right direction, feeling like she can trust Carlos. I don't trust Carlos. I think once he has Janae locked down, he's going to show even more why we probably cannot trust Carlos. Who was that? Pulled that paperwork on him, Lexi. And then she ushered herself out of there. He didn't get to tell her she's not the queen. She left, but she had all of the details on him. Janae, you should have looked at that paperwork. So we get Thaddeus and Katherine. They're still sitting down at their dinner. He started out admiring her confidence, ended up bringing up where she spoke her mind at the wrong time. She was calmly asking him, focus on her. I put, he starts quiet arguing, trying to check her. That's exactly what happened, y'all. He did. And he was standing to leave because he wanted her to just, you know how he tried to kind of make the woman sit down or you stop arguing. I'm still speaking. I'll let you speak. That kind of talk that he does. She recognized an agenda. You have some type of agenda. That word set him off, y'all. He got upset. This man accepts no pushback, whatever I put in a note. Yeah, that is. These women might be too much of a woman for you. You may need to go way younger. I'm talking about in the late 20s. Or maybe get one of your preferences. Because there's something about the way grown women, when they talk to Thaddeus a certain way, he doesn't like it. Go back to the Dr. Shawana conversation. She was being so gentle. And he was too. He took his shades off and they, had a little bit of emotion together. But when I was watching that interview, she said that changed the tide. After that, it was never the same. We know he invited her to elimination dinner. That's his pattern. You have any type pushback, I don't care what your connection is, you go into the elimination dinner. That's your warning to either shape up or more than likely, he's going to ship you out. So that is what he did. Yeah, he left. That was so rude when he left. So they get into it again. I put, no, sir, I'll let you weeble wobble right on out. Y'all notice how he's a big man. He's 6'5", but he's something going on with his knees. So I told him to go younger. Maybe not too young, Thaddeus, because I don't know if you could keep up. And Katherine didn't let him check her. She didn't let him check her. He ended up walking out of their date, which I didn't understand. They weren't even arguing. And the food looked good. They were eating some kind of seafood that everybody kept raving over. Tyson and Felicia are getting couples massages, y'all. Like they need anything else to get the two of them hotter. They get couples massages. He's like, how your massage, Felicia? She said, it's going all right. So confessional Felicia says, he's her man, her man, her man. She's just hoping that she gets to take him home. Then she starts another conversation with him during the massages. I put it sound like a job interview. Confessional Tyson, y'all. Some people think he is there playing or he may not be ready to settle down. I don't know, but he recognizes a lot of things as they occur. He recognizes the awkwardness in he and Felicia's conversation. Tyson, y'all gonna have to talk sometime. Katherine comes into the couples massage, y'all, the area where they were in. She let them know that Thaddeus has stormed out on their date. And Felicia's like, okay, yeah, but I don't know why she's in here. I have to agree. Katherine, go out of there. She ends up going into where Carlos and Janae are, letting them know Thaddeus has walked out of their date. Confessional Janae doesn't want to hear any of that. She wants her going. So don't bring that bad juju over here. That was all Titus. Titus is coming into the kitchen to get more caviar, seafood, whatever it was he was eating. He's being passive aggressive. Everybody's in there, and he's acting like everything's everything. But the two of y'all supposed to be on a date. You in here eating, and she's floating around letting everybody know what happened. So Thaddeus got on my nerves this episode too, y'all. Katherine is saying Tyson fumbled by passing her off. True, but he's got Allison over here who's his perfect match. He's fumbled with her too. I can see those two being great friends. He has an opera friend that is already in her circle. Tyson, you will be silly to let Allison go. Tyson's laughing. He's eating his seafood. Carlos announces that they go together real bad. Y'all, this is so silly. I say, girl, this ain't no prize. Janae, I don't even know what. I hope her parents or her sisters, auntie, anybody. Carlos is not for this young lady, y'all. This is crazy. And Janae's in her early 30s. And Carlos has all this baggage. Not the kindergarten. I don't think kindergarten is a baggage. I love them. But Janae, I want more for you. So Thaddeus doesn't like how what he did is looking. In my opinion, that's the reason why he apologized. I want to apologize for my part in it. We know how he do. I don't believe him. And then he walks out saying, and it was both of us. No, it was you. Speak for yourself. It was you. So she lets him talk uninterrupted. That's one of his moves. Get him, Katherine. And then she says she's going to speak for herself. He says he has 2 genuine connections. Oh, y'all, I done went to the elimination dinner. This part was really good because I wasn't even taking the notes here. So they did end up apologizing to each other. Of course, he brought Katherine to the elimination dinner. She was at peace with it already, y'all. There was one scene where her eyes were a little watery. I don't know what happened. Thaddeus, did you talk really bad to Katherine during the dinner or during the so-called argument? Because I don't know what went on, but Katherine was a little upset. He said that he had 2 genuine connections, but she's not their queen. So I guess he's pulling in Dr. Khalia and Dr. Ariel as his genuine connection. You and Katherine could have had a connection, but she wasn't going to allow you to punk her. This is a grown woman. So Katherine is saying she's leaving with love. She hopes that the kings find love. And I'm sorry to see Katherine go. Katherine came in the comments. She laughed. I said, I thought they kept her there to host events. I'm glad she saw the humor in that because we didn't see her for a while, but we did see like little snippets of her. This was a good episode for her. I like how she stood up for herself. I like how I thought, put Thaddeus in his place. He wanted to put her in her place. And we don't have to let some of these men do that because this is one, he's supposed to be non-problematic. He doesn't play any games, and he's probably playing as many games as anyone. Everyone recognizes that in Tyson, but that's how he came into the show. And he hasn't changed. Sharon says, I felt so embarrassed with Katherine, but she didn't have to interrupt the other couple's date. Yeah, that was funny. It's like she didn't know like kind of what to do with herself when her date was over earlier. Because I said, what are you doing in this couple's massage room? Oh, okay, now I hear you over here on the Netflix and chill married couples date. So that was pretty funny. But I found it interesting that both the women had an issue with it. Well, like I said, Katherine was cool with all the kings. They didn't really care. Tyson was ready to hear all the gossip. And Carlos didn't really care either. But yeah, she didn't have the dates. So we find out at this elimination dinner, y'all, this is where my notes were that I didn't know where they were. Tyson is saying that he wants Allison to apply pressure. He told her that she's so elegant, he doesn't know how to approach her. So she has beautiful eyes, y'all. She does look like a baby Vanessa Williams. She's saying, oh, this intrigues me. I didn't know this. So yeah, girl, you could get it too. He's interested as well. I think the 86% intrigues him. He's had these 2 job interview question type thing with Felicia. So if he can straddle with Felicia and talk to you, the 2 of you together would make the perfect woman for Tyson. So he still wants Allison in the game. And y'all, when Carlos gets up there, he tells the Pete Robinsons that they go together real bad. Janae's his woman. Jennifer was brought there for him. They didn't really have time to get to know each other because he never took his eyes off Janae. Let's be honest. Janae, where'd you get that pink dress from? If that pink dress took him like that, I might order me one. So he said Jennifer is not going home yet because the king has an interest. The king being Tyson. Tyson got more than enough women over there. When are y'all going to start dwindling down the women for this man? So now he's still got 3 real connections. Felicia, Allison, and Jennifer. Carlos, you should have sent Jennifer home. I'm tired of Jennifer. I don't think Janae wants Jennifer in the house anymore either. Remember early on, Janae tried to put her in the Uber that never ends. She said, you can get in the Uber and keep going. That's when we started to see a little bit about Janae. Queen Bean says Katherine was so mad she just started crashing dates. LOL, she looked crazy. You said Dr. Khalia is your girl. That one, I don't know. Maybe the house drives him crazy. I thought it was a little bit forward to interrupt those 2 dates. I don't know about looking crazy, but that is funny. Janae was just too easy. She never made Carlos earn her in any way. No, when she was sitting there in that pink eye dress, I mean, in the pink dress, and they had the eye contact, that was it. It was on from then. And he never had to do another thing. And she would iron his shirts to go on his date. No, she did it, but she may as well have. So Tyson, again, Allison was so elegant, he didn't know how to approach. So now she's staying, and he told her to apply pressure. Is that how that works in your world, Tyson? The women chase you? Jennifer purrs. The feeling's mutual. I'm not ready to go. I don't know why she's even talking. Why is she still here? Jennifer, go home. You don't have a match here. So now she's supposed to try to match with Tyson, who's already matched with Felicia and Allison. Yeah, I guess they think Jennifer is just good to be here for the show. She could go. So in her confessional, let me see if I can recognize who says it's not every king. Oh, this is Katherine. She left with her pride intact. I thought she was laughing, smiling. She says she leaves leaving with love. She says not every king is for everyone, but her goal is to leave people better than you find them. That is good. Leave people better than you found them. So she was able to give Thaddeus grace tonight. So Thaddeus showed his big behind. We need to know what went on with Thaddeus and Katherine. And then as she leaves, y'all, all of the kings, like I said, she had a relationship with all the kings. They all liked her. All the women liked her as well. Dr. Khalia wasn't sad to see you go, though, Katherine. I have to say that. Dr. Khalia didn't say don't let the doorknob hit you, but she was thinking it. I read that across that forehead with her pretty self. Yeah, she was happy to see you go. Holly even had to recognize. She said, I recognize the grace of a queen. Yeah, that's a queen before you. Okay, so Katherine's gone. She's no longer in the house, y'all. Tyson is claiming that Jennifer is going to be a match for him. Allison is finally stepping up. And Felicia is still on his job. So he's 3 deep. He's good. When are y'all going to let this man narrow it down? Y'all, we have another preview for next week. We see Jennifer get to throw her little tatted leg over Tyson. Felicia is shocked. She's saying, this escalated quickly. Girl, you done had 7 episodes to lock this man down. You're not able to do it. So it didn't really escalate quickly. You just weren't paying attention. You thought you had that 1 a.m. time slot, and you didn't have to do anything else. Allison, y'all. Allison is messy. You see the way her eyes twinkle when she getting ready to tell something? I like Allison, y'all. She pulls Tyson to the side, and she shares with him, I've overheard conversations that I wasn't meant to hear. So who do y'all think it was between? I'm thinking Felicia and Jennifer. Are they just playing a game? Are they planning a throuple? What are y'all getting ready to do to Tyson? Tyson, you better open your eyes. You're too old to let these women run rings around you like this. So tell us, are the 2 young'uns playing? Are they conspiring? That's in my notes. So Allison, girl, you got to tell us what's going on. Tyson says at this rate, he's moving. He's going to go home by his damn self. It'll never happen. You got numbers that you probably already caused us to show even went off. Cat being one of them. So let's see. Queen Bean says Janae was just too. Oh, okay. We already saw that. Yeah, she was. She was just too easy. Y'all, that was the end of the episode. This is going to be that was the preview. This is going to heat up, y'all, because we got Dr. Khalia still there. Dr. Khalia has shown that she doesn't mind tussling a little bit over her man. We have Thaddeus, whose slip is showing. Tyson, who is not narrowed down a thing. And Carlos and Janae, I guess they'll do a wedding type episode. So this is pretty good, y'all. This is King's Court. This is their first season. If you're not watching it, go ahead and watch it and then watch my reviews. Go ahead and subscribe. Click the like button. As you see, I am back in my humble abode. I was free to move about the cabin. So that's my travel series when I'm able to go away. You gave the episode an 8. I'll give it an 8 too. I liked it. It was pretty good. I like the scavenger hunt. I like the individual dates until Thaddeus ruined his. Bravo posted the date between he and Katherine. I'm going to watch it again. I want to know where it went left. But I think we know. I think when he started trying to check her for no reason, and all she did was ask, can you focus on me and not Dr. Kalani? And he had a problem with that. I think that's where it went left. But for him to get up and storm out, I don't understand that. Unless Thaddeus, are you a man that sometimes cannot control yourself? That would be kind of terrifying. Because we've seen you Work to be very calm. Oh, he did say that in the confessional. When I was a teen, I used to have to work with these. But you're talking to a lady, you can't do any of that. And when she's out talking to you and out thinking you, then you really get upset. So we're going to see if we can see more of Thaddeus' slit next week because it's showing week by week. So I'll give it an 8-2, Sharon. Thank you for joining Sandra P's Gen Extra, and I will see you in the YouTube streets. Please click the like button. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.